When my best ain't enough, I wanna rest, but I'm too tough. My body's aching for sleep without disturbing dreams. My mask is showing its cracks, a broken smile intact. I'm good at playing pretend around both strangers and friends. I'm stuck on an endless merry-go-round. A cyclone of racing thoughts that never stop. And I just wanna feel better, but I can't get out of my head. I don't know what I'll do instead. I just wanna feel better. Will it always be this way? Am I doomed? Is this my fate? My depression, it sucks out all the joy of what I love. Ravenous black hole consuming all that I know. I could scream my lungs dry, punch through walls till I cry. Bloody knuckles, red eyes, oh my. I'm stuck on an endless merry-go-round. A cyclone of racing thoughts that never stop. And I just wanna feel better, but I can't get out of my head. I don't know what I do instead. I just wanna feel better. Will it always be this way? Am I doomed? Is this my fate? I just wanna feel better. I just wanna feel better. I just wanna feel better, but I can't get out of my head. I don't know what I'll do instead. I just wanna feel better. Will it always be this way? Am I doomed? Is this my fate? I just wanna feel better. I just wanna feel better. I just wanna feel better. Will it always be this way? Am I doomed? Is this my fate?
Well. That's always such a good song to start off the show, man. I absolutely love that song for Monday nights.
I need to put it on my Spotify. I keep forgetting.
Dude, it's so good. That was Jules in the How singing I Just Want to Feel Better. I just want to feel better. Anyway, it's Monday night, y'all. Welcome in. Pierce, good to see you. This is the Men Caring for Men podcast, or the Men Caring for Men show on the Nonsensical Network. Tonight, we're going to have an interesting conversation that I think a lot of us think of, but none of us really talk about. And we'll get into that a little bit later tonight. But Jeff, tell them where they can find us.
So you can go to bio.link/nonsensical network, scrolling at the bottom of your screen, where you can find all our shows, including the link to our merch, which is nonsensical-nonsense.myspreadshop.com, and you can spread us on you.
Stop.
I don't care what anybody says. No, fuck you. I don't think it sounds creepy, so screw you guys.
You don't have to think it does for it to sound creepy. Like, there are a lot of people who don't think what they're saying. I bet Jeff Dahmer didn't think what he was saying was creepy, but I'm here to party.
I don't think what he said
creepy.
Hey, I like to party hardy, buddy. I'm just saying. I just want to watch a movie.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
but no.
God damn it. Anyway. Chris, Chaka, why are you in the comments? Just get
Chaka said he'll be up in about 5 minutes. He's I think he's getting stuff set up. He'll be up here in a minute. I already sent him the link. Buddy. I'm on this.
Speaking of the link, Monday nights is an open panel.
I got you.
Oh, you got it.
It's already done.
Man, don't start with me. But Monday nights is an open panel. Listen, we want to hear from you guys. The whole point of this show on Monday nights is to care for each other, to be the ear that a lot of people don't always get. So we want to hear your thoughts on the conversation. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear the extra substance in here. And if nothing else, you leave feeling maybe just a little bit better. And if you leave feeling worse, then just unfollow us. Forget about us.
I have to bring up the elephant in the room of my new sitting position. Dude,
it looks like you're wearing a skirt.
Going it's my keyboard. But going from sitting on a hard wooden chair to sitting on the couch, my reclining couch, as you can see, I'm kind of reclined. It's oh my gosh, it's a game changer, bro.
Buy a nice desk chair.
I've had desk chairs. The problem is I spend so much time sitting at my desk, I end up breaking desk chairs. I have like 4 broken ones.
See, my favorite desk chairs are the nice leather ones that have the extra cushion and stuff. I hate that. Like the one that I have now has that mesh back with the lumbar support, and it's fucking terrible. I loved mine, and then the fucker broke. You're sitting down on it too hard.
No, because I tend to lean back a ton. I'll put my feet up and this I literally have I have my footrest. I got man, I'm comfy now.
Yeah,
I'm good. Not to mention, it's got a cup holder.
Yeah, I will say though, it looks like you're renovating your living room.
No, you know what it is? You see this? That is from the kids. That is where the kids have scratched away by moving the couch multiple times. Like they jump onto the couch.
It looks like they took a power sander to it.
Yeah, well,
here you go, Dad. We'll help you out so that you can repaint.
Every couple months. So it's on my list of things to do. That list never ends. My honey-do list, as they were.
I was going to say, speaking of those honey-do lists, how was your week? Not starting tonight week, from last Monday week? When we talked to you last to now. Because every time I say that, everyone's like, oh, it's fucking Monday.
Actually, last week wasn't terrible. The weekend was, so. I actually caught up on some shows I've been wanting to finish. Because I really don't do a whole lot. Like during the day, like after work, I do this.
Yeah.
Hence the new comfy spot to sit. But because fuck you guys, I'm not going to sit for like Saturday. Blaze and I had a blast on the show. I know. How's the wife feeling, by the way?
I think that she had just like an anxiety attack, and she made herself sick and everything. She went to the
Married to you,
store.
totally understandable.
She went to the store with, I think, with both boys.
Mhm.
And when she got back, she was like, I'm hyper aware of every noise right now, every single sound, like just
You
everything.
said,
She's like, I
welcome
feel
to
like
my
something's
world.
she's like, I just feel like something's about to go wrong, and I don't know why. She's like, it doesn't make sense. I was like,
Welcome to my world.
yeah. I was like, I feel like I've said those exact words.
Yeah. Well,
And
you know,
she
is
went
that.
to the bathroom, and she was in there for like 30 minutes. I'm like, damn, I wonder if she's okay. So I walk in there, and she's sitting on the toilet, and she's got the trash can emptied out, sitting in front of her. She's like, I can't tell if I'm about to continue to shit my brains out or if I'm going to throw up or both. And she ended up like throwing up everywhere and fucking shitting. And I was just like, I think it was just stress, made her stomach all fucky. But I was like, I'm gonna take care of the kids while you do this. That way,
Right.
they're not tearing up the fucking house. But it is.
Yeah,
what it
it's
is.
it's one of those things. It's like, welcome to my world. Now you know your hat and your badge is in the mail because
Welcome to the club, dude. We've got
hey,
a
hats,
brochure
jackets,
and everything.
Yeah, you can get all sorts of merch for it. No, but that's the thing, and like we're we were discussing before we started on topic for the night, and we kind of went with intrusive thoughts. I changed the title, by the way, so it fit.
Thank you. Yeah, I was struggling trying to put it together. It's been we'll get into my day later.
You literally have my phone number. I'm just saying.
I was up until 4 a.m.
it.
last night trying to get my daughter to sleep because she's sick.
Oh,
So I literally got to the point where I brought the full-size mattress down from the 3rd floor, put it on the 2nd floor in her bedroom, and I just sat it away from her bed so that she wasn't fucking with me. And I just slept in her room because she kept waking up. I was like, every 20 minutes she would wake up and fuss, Daddy. I was like, oh my God, just sleep.
You know what?
I could barely fucking function this morning.
It's one of those things that you're not there yet. But when they're older and they don't do that no more, oh my God, are you going to miss it?
Oh,
you hear that now, and you're like, yeah, sure I will.
Oh, I've got 2 older boys that since their creation didn't care very much for dad.
Right.
Because I was always gone. I was always working with the military and shit. And so I wasn't home a whole lot. So everything was, I'm going to go to mom. I'm going to go to mom. I'm going to go to mom. And now I have that with my daughter. And I'm like, man, what the? These kids are assholes. They just didn't like me. And now the boys are like, well, dad's home all the time. Oh, hey, dad. Hey, dad. Hey, dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, I went from not having it all at all to being smothered. And I kind of love it, kind of hate it.
It's a love-hate relationship with that.
Mhm.
It's not something you ever get used to, but it's like living near an airport. The noise and the craziness, you miss it when it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You miss it when it doesn't happen. Like, the kids are at the grandparents this week just because I needed a fucking break. And I was sitting here. They left on Friday night before Blaze and I did the show on Friday night. And this weekend around Sunday about noon, I was like, it's awful fucking quiet in this fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to sleep and nobody can stop me. Yeah.
It's so weird because every once in a while, Nikki does a good job about it. She'll take all 3 kids and I'm like, just take 1 or 2 of them because you're going to come back pissed off at the world. Because I deal with them all 3 of them. As soon as the boys get off at 2, I'm dealing with all 3 of them for the rest of the day. And Nikki gets home somewhere between 5 and 7. And I'm like, believe me, I know you're going to come back pissed off because they won't listen. I'm like, just take
like herding cats.
Yes. And I was like, just take 1 or 2 of them. But she'll take all 3 of them and the house will just be silent.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't even know what to do right now. Like, I'll play video games for a half hour, and then I'm like, I'm bored.
But you have that worry, like, wait, I'm not hearing anything. They're into something. Oh shit, they're not here. Never mind.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Exactly. Like, oh wait, yes.
It's too quiet. They're
Every
into
once in
something.
a
No, they're
while,
not. They're not here. They're at mom's.
I'll say
Those
something
moms.
stupid to my wife, like, I can't wait to be empty nesters at 40. Like, it'll be so nice because we'll still be young and able to enjoy it and all that. And she's like, yeah, but we're gonna miss the kids so much. I'm like, don't ruin my fantasy. Fucking
Well, you know, my daughter, my oldest daughter, is 19. She lives with her mom in Mexico City, and when she was younger, oh my God, my phone would blow up all day long. Dad, I need, Dad. Now I'm lucky if I get an email once a month.
Yep.
I'm like, I sent her an email the other day. Hey, you still alive? Yeah, Dad, I'm fine. All right. You need anything? No, Dad, I'm fine. All right, bye.
I feel bad. I do that to my parents. I'm not.
I do too.
I'm not good about it. And my mom will call me usually like 4 or 5 times a week to try and check on me because she knows I won't call her. And I feel bad because I answer and like a part of me is like, this is, because I know she's going to, how's everything going? I'm like, well, everything's going. It hasn't changed since yesterday or 2 days ago. We're all set. But they're not here. It's mom misses I was a kid. She saw everything. Right. She knew when something was up, all that stuff. And I feel a bit like a dick sometimes because but
it's like, I feel like as an adult, we get the it's not like we're ignoring our parents because we want to be assholes. We get caught up in the day to day.
Yes, 100%.
Like my mom called me yesterday and she's like, hey, I haven't spoke to you for like a month. Are you okay? Are you alive? I'm like, yeah. What? Why? She's like, I was just wondering. I haven't, she's like, I see you post on Facebook. I'm like, well, you can stop in and listen to the show. And she's like, yeah, I've heard your guys' shows. It's not going to happen. I was like, oh, fair enough.
Smart.
I was like,
yeah, I told my mom,
keep in the good graces of the church,
I was like, if she wanted to, she could listen to a Monday night. Those are the like tamer versions of our show. I was like, but just don't
stay away from Saturdays.
Yeah, don't
Wednesdays.
don't even click
anything Jeff is a regular on.
Which is terrifying because you're becoming more and more of a regular on Monday night.
Well,
which I'm not mad about. I'm not mad about.
No, I agree. I think I see this show as me showing up on this show as my decompression day. Because technically for me, go ahead, grab that. Every day, my week doesn't start until I say it does. You know what I mean?
Hi, Taka.
Hi, buddy. Like if I wanted to, my week could start on Tuesday. Not everything has to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Because I make my own fucking schedule. Because I own the company. I'm allowed to do that. But like when it comes to,
she's good
I literally kind of picture my day of Wednesday starts my week. Mm-hmm. So Wednesday to Wednesday kind of thing. And this is the past couple times that I've been up here on Mondays, I'm like, this is where I can decompress. I don't have to, quote unquote, help lead or help. I could be quiet the whole fucking time if I want to. Yeah. Not that I will, but let's be honest.
Yeah, no, you're very good about this. Speaking up and speaking your mind. I like that about
sometimes good or bad. Well, sometimes good or bad.
Again, I think that's where Monday nights are. I think that's the glory of Monday nights. Is I don't. Yes, this is a more professional and a more tame show, but I don't want your filter. I want.
You'll never get a filter.
But not just from you. Not just from you.
Right,
but
agree.
Anybody that comes up here, like I want the raw. Hey, my week was fucking terrible.
Oh yeah,
or, hey, dude, my week was great, but I was struggling with this. This is where it flipped around. I don't want you to beat around the bush and keep it to yourself because you're too much of a fucking man to speak up about it. I want
I'm still going to be that guy. Don't get me wrong. No, but like,
I want you to talk about it because that's the glory of Monday nights.
You'll never see me on a Monday night with the box of tissues crying, but not yet. Rip.
I feel like you'll drop down if that ever happens.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, because I'm not that guy. Like, even like, well, you and I were talking about before we started. This morning until about noon, 1, I was like, where can I buy a bullet and rent a gun? You know, and then I had a conversation with someone, colleague, and they put shit in perspective. Like, they didn't mean to. It wasn't. It's not like I called him like, hey man, I'm having a shit day. No, they were just like, hey, I have a question about this, and then we got to talking, and I got done with the conversation. I was like, maybe I don't need to rent anything or buy anything. I just, I'm good.
Did the conversation just evolve into something that
well, it was
touched on what was going on and why you're upset, or what did it make you feel needed?
No, not necessarily to feel needed, but it was one of those things where it was like, the colleague and I were talking about the plan for the new program that we're running, and I was stressed out about it because Chaka's been to one of the meetings, he's seen it. It's not something that I can call everybody and be like, you need to jump. Well, you know about it too. Yeah, I could call you up and be like, hey, get on this, and you're like, yes, I'm in. Whatever you say. That's not ever going to happen. I don't care what you're selling. Yeah, she is. But that's for a different night. Well, actually, I'll talk to you about it off air, but there's a development with that too, in a good way. But it's like we got into a plan of over the next X amount of days, we're going to do this, 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 and this. And I found out today, I don't have to do it all by myself. And I was like, you want to talk taking the weight of the world off my shoulders? I felt like I was able to breathe for the first time in 2 months. Where I was like, Then I started seeing sunshine and roses again. And then I stepped outside and it started raining, and I was like, well, fuck that, But there's a hurricane off the coast again. Yeah. So I have to deal with weather. But I don't leave my house most of the time, so I don't have to worry about it that much. Yeah. But no, it's you were talking about before we started, we were talking about intrusive thoughts, which is the things we think, but God forbid we ever say them out loud.
Or follow through.
Oh, agreed. It's people don't realize that even just a normal conversation, like if I called you up and we just started talking about the fucking weather, whether you know it or not, during that conversation, whatever comes up in that, God knows how long we'd be on the phone.
Couple hours.
Could alleviate something that we didn't even talk about. Yeah. But it's like, I got my mind off of what I was thinking.
100%.
And everybody should be able to have that one or two or a couple of people where you're like, hey, let's just shoot the shit for 20 minutes. Like right before we started the show, I was watching Wally do his show, and I saw Benji was on there, and Benji and I ended up jumping on WhatsApp and calling each other and having a conversation. Because we need to teach Wally how to use the chat and read it. But
it's fucking
and so, Benji and I were sitting there shooting the shit about stuff, and he kind of, even that conversation where I don't have to talk about work, I don't have to talk about the shows, we were just shooting the shit. Hey man, what are you doing? And we don't have to worry about the content. We don't have to worry, and it was like that little bit of it was just like, get whatever I have on my brain off my brain.
He really does, Joey. He really does. He's a good asset. And dare I say, maybe not officially, but he's a great part of this network.
Ouch.
Thank you, Joy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, me.
Oh yeah, Connor, you thank you.
I compliment you too, but thank you, Joy. Go fuck yourself, Connor.
Yeah, fuck you, Connor.
Exactly. That seems to be the standard around here.
I would really look forward to this Monday. I needed this Monday.
Yeah.
How was
about
your
to-
week
I was
last
about to
week?
ask you, how was your previous
I
week?
had a fucking great, fantastic, fucked up week, dude. Just because,
Fantastic.
like,
I like
do you guys have older children?
My daughter's
my oldest
19.
is 7.
19. Okay. So I have 24, 24 is my daughter, 21 is my oldest son. I got an 18-year-old who's my fighter, and then my 13-year-old. 18-year-old's still at the house, 13-year-old's still at the house. So the 18-year-old one right now, he's the one. He is the one. He won the award for the reason I'm here on this
Fuck
Monday.
up of the week.
Motherfucker. He's at the age where wants to be an adult, but still does little kid things. Still does kid things. He wants to be treated like
Dude,
an
I'm
adult.
44 years old and I still do that shit.
Wants rides to go everywhere. Wants this, wants that. But hey, we tell him to do something. I'm a man. I don't need to. I'm a man. Where are you going? I'm a man. You should know. Where I'm like,
Whoa.
it has been a week. It's been a fucking week, man. So I've been dealing with that and trying
Boy,
to.
you better watch your
balance this
mother
out.
tongue when you talk to me.
Well, there's something that I've kind of adopted a philosophy that I kind of came up with.
Mhm.
I was thinking about it one day. From the age of 18 until about 30, you think you know everything. Well, let's say from 13 to 30, you think you know everything. And one day in your 30s, you wake up and you go, wow, I don't know fucking shit.
Yeah.
And
I
until
try to,
you have that wake up moment, nobody can tell
yeah,
you.
and I try to rewind and go back and put my brain back when I
Tell
was
me I'm
18.
wrong.
Just to
Yeah,
see,
well, yeah, well,
Sorry,
think you'll
What?
man ass to yourself.
don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I try to go back and think like when I was 18, and I knew but I was different though. And every parent's gonna say that, but I was already moved out at 17, had my own apartment,
Right.
had my own vehicle, had a nice job that I would be able to support a family with. At 17, he's 18, still
at
living
17,
here.
I was still figuring it out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was still figuring it out. So I'm trying to. It's hard for me to go back and put my 18-year-old mind in. And I'm like, okay, he's still fucking up. even if I'm thinking like an 8-year-old, I mean, he's still fucking up to me. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, but
So-
there is that rule. You got to let him fuck up every once in a while.
He's got to fuck up. He's got to realize it because right now he's. And this is me. I'm learning. This isn't something new for me too because he's my first rebellious kid.
Really?
So this is a new thing for me. Other kids were very. If Zeke, if you're watching this, your brothers were very your brother and sister was very respectful, and you're not. Yeah, but
Telling you,
so
he's a sexy testicle, isn't he, Joy?
he's
Right?
the same. Yeah, Chucky, you still look great. Oh, thank you. I used to have long, beautiful hair, and then started getting.
Then
into
you had
crypto
kids.
YouTube. Yeah,
Just
kids.
like
and-
just like Mike Tyson. Father time gets you. Father time will beat you every time.
Tyson got he
Right.
aged like that. Yeah, so Mondays this is a nice woosah.
It's it's a real decompression day. Like, when this past week with Glick being off, I did every show but Tuesday because it was recording. But it was one of those things like I never wanted anybody to do a show by themselves.
Yeah.
Because doing a show by yourself fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's not, not having a sounding board is like, oh Jesus.
Because you have to, you can't play off of other people and they can't play
Exactly.
off you. You're sitting there talking to yourself and hoping that what you're saying is resonating with your audience, if you even have one.
Agreed.
Better say it.
And-
Sorry.
but like,
Oh, you motherfucker.
like I don't know how you do it when you do your TikToks and stuff, because you do a full on, hey, this is what's happening in crypto today, and like not having a sounding board.
A
going on
sounding
that.
board?
Like another person in the room or on the
Oh,
the
man.
feed.
See, well, the good. I'm just lucky because I got all day. Kids are at school, and the wife goes and does her job. So I've got
Right.
and I work nights, so I got during the day. And in my
Right.
office, I got soundproofed fairly decent, except for the dogs. So it seems I can knock it out pretty quick.
No, but I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about like you go up and you stare at a camera as opposed to I can see you, I can see Lieutenant Dan up there. You know, it's a different format. Like when Glick and I first, before we started the show, we reconnected on TikTok, and I was like, dude, how do you go live for hours at a time? What the fuck? He's like, oh, I talk with the chat. Well, that first 20, 30 minutes, if you get somebody in the chat, that's a long wait where let's be honest, I never plan anything. The most planning I do is Wednesdays.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for like the OGs, like I got that guy, MK, everybody, and not even Karina, Joy, everybody's in the chat right now. Like they've been showing up.
Yeah, they really have.
That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Yeah. It's hard
all
to be
you
there
guys who come in here on Monday nights and Saturday nights and Wednesday nights, all throughout the week, who join in to listen to us as a part of Chaka's community, who decided to come over here and listen to us. I genuinely want to say thank you.
No, I agree.
It is a super, at least for me. I know Glick always says, "Oh, I don't look at numbers," and nobody ever looks at numbers. But when I see actual engagement and I see new viewers and I see the numbers of people watching us during our live, it gives me a little morale boost. It makes me want to be here.
Agreed.
So thank you guys very much for taking the time out of your day to come over from his community to listen to us.
Well, there's nothing worse to be sitting here live and look up at the numbers and see 0.
Oh my God.
What the fuck am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I'm not 40.
Well, except for Connor, he's still in his 20s.
I'm 27,
Joy.
dude. Get out of here, Joy.
He's a
I know
Phoenix.
that my beard ages me a
You're
bit.
27,
but
bro? Seriously?
Right? I said the same thing. The problem is he was in the military most of his life, so he looks like he's 45.
Yeah, from the time I turned, well, I guess I wasn't even 18 yet. I joined before I was 18, and then I got out just over a year ago. So yeah, it's been.
You know why I thought you're older, dude? No, not your looks or nothing like that. Because the stories you tell, you've lived some life, bro. Because you tell some deep shit. And I'm like, this guy's got. I thought we were the same age.
Right?
No, man. I've got some experience. I know a thing or two
because
I've seen a thing or two.
Yeah. Well,
like I tell Glick, all my trauma came in my adult part of my life. So
yeah.
So that's where I started seeing things.
But what I was gonna say is my brother hit me up. He wants to jump up here one day. He's like, I want to go up, and he wants to come up on Monday too. I was like, dude, come up, join us. He's never showed his face on YouTube before. He wants to do it over here on a Monday.
Always welcome. You know, the beauty of shows like this, it's not about the host. It's literally about who's watching and dealing with the shit, the day-to-day bullshit that we all go through that just makes you like, so I can bury that body there. Nobody will ever know because I put wildflowers on intrusive thoughts. Yeah, well, yeah, don't get me started. There's a reason why I don't leave my house. I'm just saying.
That was an interesting conversation that I had just yesterday. Jeff, I was out with one of my buddies. We were grabbing Burger King, bring it back to the house. He brought his son over, and the kids were playing and everything. But he's an ex-con, and we're at the Burger King, and dude, I'm fuming because there was a whole situation with fucking DoorDash. Somebody grabbed our order, so we were sitting there waiting 45 minutes because nobody realized. And I had talked to him like 7 times. I'm fuming. I'm pissed. I'm just like, dude, I'm starting to get to the point where I just want to fight somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, part of that's hunger. I'm calling it now.
Well, no, I ate breakfast that morning.
No, don't ever cut in front of me in a fucking fast food line. I'll slit your throat. That's not cool.
I was starting to get so mad, and I'm like, dude, I need to step outside for a minute to calm down. He was like, look at me. He's like, you don't need to be that guy anymore.
Facts.
I was like, who the fuck are you?
It's little shit like that hits you and you go, you got a fucking point.
Right. Because it was such a simple thing that he said. You don't need to be that guy anymore. I know that a part of you wants to be that guy because that's fucking, that's manly, that's you, that's
Well,
tough.
yeah, but you were that guy for how long?
I was that guy for just shy of 9 years, and it's just got.
It's a hard switch to turn off.
It is, and he's like, you don't need to be that anymore.
Yeah,
because that's one of the big things that I've been struggling with, and Jeff knows since I got out, is I want to be that badass. I want to be the mean motherfucker that nobody wants to mess with. But I'm also a father. I'm also looking for a civilian job, and they don't really care.
Yeah,
and neither does the rest of the world.
Negative.
Neither does the rest of the world. He was like, you don't need to be that guy. You're not in prison. You're not in the military. You're not doing that anymore. Be soft.
Yeah.
Relax. And I was just like, oof. I was a little heartbroken when he said it too. I was like, fuck.
But it got you to think though, didn't it?
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? You got to fuck with, my wife gets on me about smoking. And I said, honey, I smoke to save lives. and the first time I told her that, she was like, what are you talking about? I said, because without my cigarettes, I will kill everyone. Because, like I said, you cut in front of me at Burger King or something. Oh, you just lost. You're going down. You don't mess with fat guy.
Yeah, I gotta be that guy. I gotta be that guy at work. I'm a dick.
You do.
I have to be. That's why I started YouTube. This is kind of my outlet. I can be myself, and I got to be that guy when I'm with the family, because I got you're always wanting to look out for your family. So I'm like that with them.
I originally think that's why Glick talked to Connor about doing this show, because whether he meant to or not, Connor needs that outlet.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you in third person. Shut up. But it's one of those things. It's like, I think it may not have started that way. And I know you were hesitant for a while of coming up every Monday and stuff like that. But I think it's become your little, this is where I can be that angry asshole if I need to, or I can just let everything go that over the past weekend or week or whatever has been driving me insane, so that I am a better father. I am a better husband. I'm a better human being. Look at me getting deep.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
When you have a chance to use an outlet for your anger, for your quote intrusive thoughts, for your your little things that keep poking at you all fucking week, all fucking day, every fucking day, and once a week you can just let it out. You can relax. You can talk about it, or you can listen to other people talk about it and realize you're not alone. That is definitely, like, it's a big reason why I love doing Monday nights.
Even when I wasn't coming up on Mondays, especially when I was super busy and working like till 10 o'clock on Monday, I'd have you guys' show on in the background. So to remind myself, you are not the only motherfucker going through this shit. That you may not be going through the same thing as Connor. You may not be going through the same thing as Chaka, but you're going through something that, and the old adage of bottle it the fuck up and wait till you explode is not cool, because that's how people climb on water towers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's
also how, like,
I'm too old to climb a water tower.
You in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I joke a lot, but I am an angry. I'm an angry person. I have a really short temper, and it's not a good quality to have. I feel terrible.
The last time I tried those patches, I was wearing them like a belt, like Chewbacca.
Dude, I tried the gum, and it's fucking terrible.
What got me to quit chewing, because I've chewed tobacco since I was 15 years old, was these right here. It's called Black Buffalo. It's no tobacco, no nicotine, 100% leaf.
No nicotine.
Interesting.
No nicotine, no tobacco, nothing. It's called Black Buffalo, but it tastes just like,
it's like non-alcoholic beer.
And it works for me.
I'd rather shoot myself.
Rather look an ashtray.
They got me to quit chewing, though.
Oh, good on you. I did quit smoking for about I think it was like 6 months. And then I went through something happened. I don't even remember what it was. But I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy a pack of cigarettes.
Mhm.
And and that was the end of it. Now I go through like a pack a day.
Isn't that a fun progression? You quit and you crave it, and then the cravings go away, and then you have that
And then
one day,
one thing,
and you're like, fuck it, dude. I just want a cigarette. Fuck everybody. I don't care what anybody says. You smoke that one cigarette, and you're like, you finish the pack.
I need
God
another
damn it.
one.
I need another pack.
I need another. Yep.
I chain smoke, dude. I used to sit out at the smoke pit while I was in the military. I'd smoke 3 or 4 at a time, and finish up, come back, and my fucking supervisor would be like, "Where the fuck have you been?" And I was like, "Has anything changed since I left?"
Yeah.
Like, no.
Everybody's still alive? Okay, we're
Does
good.
it matter? Why the fuck does it matter?
Now I'll have a nice cigar every now and then. I'll have a cigar.
I love cigars.
I can't. My budget doesn't allow.
Oh,
$2-3.
my cousin brought
no.
me Cubans from Cuba.
I wish I could get them for $2. Unfortunately, here it's like $10 a cigar here because they only sell the good stuff. Like you're like, I want a cheap one. They're like, this one's $12. You're like, motherfucker, I said cheap. They said we don't do cheap. Copy that. And if I spent $12 on a cigar, my wife would shoot me. I'm like, let me go buy 2 just in case.
Mhm. But this is the place to let out all that pent up anger and frustration and depression and all the things. It's been a
It's a
week.
blow off valve.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've asked Jeff and Chaka about their weeks. I'll spout my week.
How was yours?
It's been a calm week events wise, but it has been anxiety ridden, and I don't know why. Not answering.
I don't get that luxury here of trees and woods. We have the jungle with snakes the size of you. Just saying.
I like
Cancun is literally called the snake pit.
Oh yeah, fucking desert.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
It's been anxiety inducing, and I don't know why. I was outside last night, and it was probably around 11 o'clock. It was before my daughter started waking up and throwing a fit. And I was outside, and I sat on my fucking porch for about a half hour, just looking around.
Oh yeah.
I wanted something to happen, and I felt like I knew something was going to happen. Like, you know, when you have that feeling like something's bound to happen, so I want to be outside for it so that I can
be ready,
do something. And you know, your logical brain really isn't thinking right. And it has been that way for like 5 out of the last 7 days. And my wife's like, "You've just been really quiet lately." And I'm like, and so I sent Jeff, I sent you that TikTok, and I was like, dude, I'm on that right now. Like, it got me at the right time. It was an interesting one. But
you know, and no, go ahead. I was trying to think of
that's been the extent of my week. I mean, I'm getting bored of being a homebody, so I'm excited to start working again. But I'm plenty busy. I've got school stuff going on, and I've got, you know, the wife works, and
you got a lot to juggle.
And then starting in December, I get to start working. So that'll be my vacation from the fucking 4 walls of this house.
You know, as much as I would love to actually go, like, be in an office with a bunch of people, I don't want it. Because, like, I don't like people.
Mm-hmm. You become an HR
like
too. Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm HR's worst nightmare.
That's the 3rd time you've been sent to HR this week. It's Monday.
Yeah. What's your point? See you tomorrow, Bob. It's like,
what do you even do around here, Bob?
Yeah. God damn it, Bob. No, but it's like, and it's not that I don't mind. Like, for instance, if you, me, Glick, Blaze, everybody of the Nonsensical Network. If we were all in a room, I'd be fine. I don't like new people.
Yeah.
I don't like crowds of people.
I hate trying to make new connections.
I don't want to make new connections. That's the problem.
You know what I don't like? This my wife does this. Okay, she'll make a friend and they're good friends. This friend has a husband, and she's like,
you now have to be his friend.
So then she sets up these fucking barbecues and like it's like I'm like, dude, hey, how you doing, bro?
My 4 years old set me up a fucking play date.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you want a beer? Because we're trying to get drunk to fucking get to know each other.
Dude, my wife's best friend that she grew up with lives out here. Well, she lives about an hour north. We used to live 10 minutes up the road from them. And the first time that they came over to our house, Nikki was like, "Oh, I think you and Henry will get along great." Like, and we sat there, we drank beer, and I think we said 10 words to each other.
And he's sitting there wearing a Kamala Harris t-shirt, and you're like, "I'm gonna."
No, he's a cool guy. He's a country bumpkin. And he's like me. He doesn't care to make a whole bunch of friends.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there fucking staring at each other. And I'm like, "You want another fucking beer?" Yep. I'm like, that was the extent of our conversation for 3 hours. And Nikki's like, "Did you like him?" And I was like, Oh yeah, we get along great.
He hands me beer great. That's the basis of a relationship. He had extra cigarettes. I like him.
Oh,
he had a lighter when I needed it.
He always has my Camel Crushes. He smokes my Camel Crushes every time I see him. Like, hey, you want to go smoke?
But you when your wife meets somebody new and they become fast friends, and their husband's like a moron or to have nothing in common, those are the longest play dates of life. You're just like, this guy. It's like it's amazing to me that Click and I get as long as much as we do, because super sports guy, not sports guy at all.
Every time he talks sports, I fucking tune out.
Oh,
he's all up in it. He's
is
all sports. You know what? When the tables turn, and I bring the dude from work. He's cool. We start hanging out and shit. Hey, let's go grab dinner. Let's bring our wives. And I try to introduce.
Oh no, you're an asshole.
Oh, I don't want to meet.
She hates her.
Yeah, I don't want to meet her, but I'm like, she's fucking cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That's called a power struggle, buddy. You're never gonna win.
Did your significant other ever try and get you to like one of their friends, and you just don't jive with them
all
at all?
Her friends. I hate all her friends.
Yeah. Like, so God love.
I've yet to meet one of my wife's friends that I like.
My wife's old boss, honestly, great person, super nice, super sweet, fun, bubbly personality, and my wife absolutely loves her. I'm just very meh about it. And she was like, "Hey, Misty's gonna be over, blah blah blah," and she brought like 3 of her girlfriends from work, and I'm just like, so the kids are out, and we have a whole bunch of people over at the house that you want me to be friends with. I don't know any of them. Some of them are very politically forward, and I don't care to be a part of that.
I don't want to play that
game.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, she's super sweet, but I have no interest in hanging out one-on-one with any of your friends. I just don't. I love you, and they're nice people, but I can't.
Have you ever had a couple with kids that bring their younger kids over, and maybe
their kids don't know how to behave?
Yes. Oh. And they're like, how do you go about that? Are you like, hey?
I bring the dog cage inside, and I throw a toy in there and tell the kids to go get it, and then lock the door. Like, I didn't do it; they did it.
Yeah, my youngest kid he kind of got it now to where I just gotta look at him, and then he'll try to take care of it in a nonchalant way. But I have no problem being like, hey, can you get your fucking kid? He's not supposed to be in there.
Why is there jelly on my DVD player?
Yeah.
So, we are really good friends with a couple that we met while we were in the military, and they have a daughter, and it's their only child. And for a father, there's a special way that you treat a daughter. It just I can't explain it. It just is the way that it is. But she's also the only child. And I love this couple to death. They are great people, but their parenting style makes me so mad because I would sit there and I'd yell
think what she's done.
I'd yell at the boys for doing something that she does the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. And they would just be like, I'm going to count. I'm like, why are you counting?
Yeah.
Everybody's got a deer rifle.
Their own weird style.
What are you doing? Like, it was never to that extent, but God, I love her.
I don't
love them. They're so gentle with her, and I'm so heavy-handed with the boys, and I'm sitting there going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
But I guarantee you're not as heavy-handed with your daughter as you are with the boys.
I'm not, but I'm still fairly.
I'm the biggest pussy when it comes to my daughter.
Oh,
I'm like, God. My son can do something. My daughter does the exact same thing on the other side of the house. My son's going to get his ass whooped. My daughter, don't do it again. So what happened to your brother?
Mine and
my daughter's relationship. She's my first child. Oldest kid is my daughter. So she was raised different than the boys.
My daughter will walk up to one of my boys and she'll just rip a toy from their hands, and because they're kids, they take it right back, and they were playing with it first, and I'll walk up and I'll just see her crying. I'll be like, what is going on? What are you doing to your sister? She's like, she took the toy from me. It's her toy.
Give it to her.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care. She's 2. She's 2, and that's her toy. Anyway, you give it back. But if they do it to each other, I'm just like, figure the fuck out.
No shame to the parents that only have one kid, but you're not a parent unless you have 2. At least, because having an only child is technically easy parenting. When you have 2 that are arguing about something that's so not fucking important, and they're arguing like it's the end of the fucking world, then your patience is tried. But if it's one kid, you're like, just give it to him.
So, Cheryl M in the chat says, what's your reasoning behind not liking her friends, bad influence, rowdy? Now, there's very few of my wife friends that I really don't like. There's maybe actually 1 or 2. And the reasons I don't like them is just because they are the type of person they really talk. You can be in the room with them. My wife can be in the room with them and they'll be talking just fine. And then my wife will leave. They forget I'm there. And then they start talking shit about my wife. They're that type of person where they just will talk crap about anybody as soon as you leave the room. That's the type of person.
For me, all my wife's friends are single and no kids. So they don't know when it's time for bed. Like, ladies, it's 2:00 in the fucking morning. I got kids asleep. You want to shut the fuck up? Or oh God, I'm tired. Oh, we'll be quiet. You go to bed. No, get the fuck out of my house. It's 2:00 in the morning. I'd like to hug my wife and go to bed, because God forbid I go to bed without her. Oh, geez, the end of the fucking world.
Oh, see, I've crashed out. I've gone to bed.
But you work nights. It's normal for you. But there's also my wife is so independent, but if her friends are like, let's go to the club until 4:00 in the morning, she's like, okay. I'm like, well, you didn't even put up a fight. You said, okay.
Me and my girl, we like to. We're probably usually the ones that are up till 4:00 in the morning, partying it up.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If her mom's got the kids, I'll go with you guys. I don't care. Granted, I'm gonna just sit at the end of the bar and drink beer, or I'll be the DD or whatever. But it's her. Well, we've actually. I used to do the show up in the bedroom, and my wife would have her friend over. We're talking going through doors, through concrete walls, and you could hear these bitches. I can say bitches because I know my wife's not listening. You could hear them on the show through 3 separate concrete foot-thick concrete walls and doors. And they're so, and I'm like, hey, doing a show here. People can hear you. You know,
I wasn't really like, I had a time where I wasn't doing a show. I was just like live streaming, hanging out. And my wife had her friends in the living room, which is right next door to my office, full on karaoke with fucking these huge ass speakers that her friend brought. I was just like, fuck it. Here we go. And they ended up coming in here during the live stream. I was like, hey, let's party.
I've done that as well. Like when I used to work out of the office, and you weren't here when I was in my boffice.
Bought this?
I say boffice. So I have behind the screen that you can't see. I moved my screen, so I'm in a different spot. But like last week, when my screen was sitting on the kitchen table or living room table, behind that is a concrete wall and a half bathroom. Well, I took everything out of the half bathroom and turned it in my office. So I called it my boffice. It's a bathroom / office. Yeah. So I could literally do the show while taking a shit if I wanted to. You know, drop the camera and then just drop towel and sit down. You'd never know the difference, except for the fact my camera was off. And I soundproofed the whole room, so I could. You know, it's not that big, and it didn't cost that much. I think it was like $20 to soundproof the whole room. I could close the door, and you could sit there and scream. I had to put a light because I'd locked the door as well. I had to put a light in the office so that somebody wants my attention, they got to turn on the light.
Oh wow!
And when I see the little red, somebody, I'll be right back. And then go out. What do you want? We're ordering DoorDash. Are you hungry? Yeah. Give me a burger. I gotta go back after the show. That's a good idea. But the problem with the boffice is it's a half bathroom. There's no way to put air conditioning in it because it's in the center of the house. And the fan that I had in there, I went through 9 different fans because they would burn out. Because I'd be in there, I would be in the office from 8 o'clock in the morning until midnight. Whether it was working or doing the show, because I'd go right from work straight to the show. And, you know, my fan had burned out. And I got to the point, it was like, I'm not going to buy another fucking fan. I'm just sit in the fucking living room.
You see Steve's comment right here. He said, but if you're taking a poop while you stream, you're pushing shit out of both ends. That's risky.
Exactly. Oh, no. It was great because, like, I didn't even, like, I use a corded headphone because I hate Bluetooth headphones. I didn't even have to take my headphones off, but I could just turn it aside, just off camera, and sit down. And now it's just a storage area.
And Joyce says, I have cameras in my house. If I don't see my daughter up around 6 a.m., I put an alarm that goes off. She's always, good morning, Mom. I'm up. My kids really don't get up early. They really don't get up early. If they do, they'll go raid the fridge real quick, and then they'll go back, crash out.
Oh, good God. There's times, like on a Saturday, you know, all week I'm up at ass crack of dawn at it, you know, and then I do the show, and then I watch a little bit of TV and pass the fuck out. And there's times where on a Saturday or Sunday, I'm like, I'm going to sleep in today. You know, I'm going to sleep until 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or something like that. And 8 a.m., man, them kids are wide the fuck awake. And God forbid they be quiet.
Yeah.
My kids have no concept of the TV doesn't have to be at 100%.
Yeah.
You're 4 feet from the TV. You don't have to have it that loud, you know?
Mine's usually not the TV, but I got them all these JBL speakers, those big loud ones, and that they'll hook up their phone. It's just different, a variety of music. You walk through our house, it's different.
It's like walking through 14 different clubs.
Yeah, you're just like, oh yeah. But trying to sleep through that shit is not going to happen.
Soundproof the bedroom.
Wake up dancing.
Real quick, Connor, I think he had to step away for a minute, deal with kids and wife stuff. Let's go ahead and play real quick. No, that's fine. Take your time. I'm going to put us on break. This is, who is this? Jay Valor. His cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door. We'll be right back.
Interesting.
I be feeling like I be tired of life, trying to find the right words to say. Like if I get on the mic and word the pain, maybe it'll help to take some hurt away. And I could blossom through this dirt or lay. I could turn the page, use the burst and sage, maybe learn to pray so I could earn my way into heaven to protest at the pearly gates. Cause I don't feel I'm worthy, wait. I hear footsteps start to turn my way. I don't got beef, just a 38. I let something fly out this birdie's cage till it's empty. Don't tempt me, but these footsteps stepping gently. They don't want me dead, evidently. Ask who sent you, they ask who sent me. Now, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. They're telling me don't be afraid. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Everything's gonna be okay. I hear we going back and forth. Someone started banging on the bathroom door, asking why they hearing so much laughing for. Then a man in the mirror passed the torch, thinking that's so weird. Ain't no one here, never seen someone disappear without death. Ain't no plug for this outlet. Voices tell me I ain't bout shit. Seen a halo flicker on the pitchfork. Hard to tell who's the victor. Shit, I slip my wrist before you get yours, and I'll get mine before you slit yours. I'm big time, but they ignore my lil shine, scaring big boys. My foolish pride full of liquor. Shit, here's a 50, go ahead and get more. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. They're telling me don't be afraid. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Everything's gonna be okay. Watch the devil crash through the youth. Only blunt I pass you is truth. Don't get the rap shit misconstrued. I never dump ashes on you. It's all love when you roll with me. I'm just trying to roll in peace. Doesn't mean I won't shoot. If you're trying to put a hole in me, it just means that I'm kind, not weak. More knocking to the blinds I creep. Peek through the side, trying to be discreet. Soon as I look, eyes on me. Nah, I'm just tripping, maybe I'm just dreaming. Maybe I just took a hit and started tweaking. I just can't believe it, the shit that I'm seeing. It was a kid and the kid was me, damn. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. They're telling me don't be afraid. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Everything's gonna be okay. Feeling filled up with the joy, fearing that the feelings are decoy, fearing that the fearing just the inner voice. Am I just a little boy knocking at heaven's door? Did I spend my course searching for metaphors, trying to worse it right just to get ignored? Maybe they heard it right, maybe I'm for, but I feel like I'm Mike when the extension cord's plugged into the mic. I feel I'm Mike, all this rage inside, this is dynamite. That's why little boy went to hide outside. Guess I scared him out, I apologize. Maybe I ain't never locked him out, he just didn't like being talked about. And since I'm a father, I got daughters now. Taught me how to treat myself when these thoughts come out. Come in, baby. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. They're telling me don't be afraid. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Everything's gonna be okay.
I like that, dude. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's Jay Ballard. I think that's on his previous album. I'd have to ask Click, but that is Knocking on Heaven's Door. I like that song.
Gotta give a shout out to ASMR fan in the chat. Appreciate you showing up. She's awesome.
Don't forget, everybody, little station announcement real quick. bio.link/nonsensical network. Like, share, follow all our shit. And then, of course, nonsensical-nonsense.myspreadshop.com. You can spread us on you. And we are back. We're talking about intrusive thoughts and, going through our weeks and all that fun stuff.
Fun.
Yeah.
Someone whispered.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Intrusive thoughts here. How are you today?
Yeah. I'm into that. Yeah. But what is it day to day that you struggle with, gentlemen? Like I don't know if you want to go into what you were thinking at the library, but but I think it's a perfect example.
I mean, I can get into it a little bit, but when I think of intrusive thoughts, I think of all the times where I want to have the inappropriate reaction, because I know that the inappropriate reaction, although inappropriate, will solve the problem.
Oh, 100%.
So I just had an interview and just got a job. So maybe I should be careful what I say. Just got a job working in security for the library down here. It'll be part-time, so I'll still have plenty of time to do other things. But during the interview, they were like, what assets what do you think you bring to the table? And the first thing that came to my mind was like, well, I'm really good at security, quote unquote. Like, like, how do you put this in a way? Like, for the last 9 years, I've been taught on a daily basis and told on a daily basis, anybody in the wrong area gets put to sleep.
Yeah.
Now, that can't be what you say to an interview board of 5 professionals when they ask you, what do you think you bring to the security job?
Oh, 5 at once?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Damn, the most I know is 3. Wow.
I've never done more than 2.
Have you never done a promotion board, Jeff? God.
Our promotion boards are
that's true.
3.
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, promotion
I
boards.
was talking about private sector wise. Private sector, I've only done 2. It wasn't at one then the other kind of thing.
That's the first board interview private sector that I've had, but it actually went really well. Obviously, I got the job.
Right.
But I'm like, how do I say that I'm trained to stop people in a way that makes sense to normal people?
Yeah, that's a thin line.
Throw it out there, see if it sticks. Be like, hey, I will stop some shit if shit pops off. Just trust me, you guys want me here. And then drop the mic. If they call you, they call you.
Yeah.
They did ask me, has there ever been a plan that you set in place, that you had set in place, that you implement and was successful? And this was 2 days after
I got here, didn't I?
This was 2 days after we had the shooting on our street.
Right.
And I was
recent. That just happened.
Oh yeah. And they were like, they asked me the question. I was like, I've got the perfect example.
Yeah.
I was like, my kid heard the gunshots, yada, yada, yada. So we had the boys go down to the basement. My wife sat at the top of the stairs with the police scanner on. And then I stood at the top of the stairs with the 308 by my side and with my pistol in my hand. And we sat there and waited for the police scanners to say that everything was cleared out. And everyone kind of like turned their head sideways a little bit. And then the
like, you're hired.
The superintendent or whatever her name is, I can't remember what her exact title is, but she's like the director of the library. Right. She's sitting there and her head kind of goes, like that's, and she starts writing. She was like, that was, she's like, okay. But everybody else looked at me sideways, like everyone else looked at me sideways, like that's there. Nobody's heard that fucking answer before.
But what you don't know is what she was writing was a letter to the partner, being like, "Does he know he's working at a library?"
Yeah, you realize he knows it's a library, right?
Fan in the chat says, "Library, is that why you were whispering earlier?" And then she says, "You're gonna whisper, hey, you stop right there."
I'm gonna whisper. You better.
And what's funny, she does ASMR, so she
whispers. Your fucking neck.
He's gonna sneak it. He's gonna sneak up behind people. Hey, you got a library card?
Steve.
Just check.
Hey, we've only got 3 copies of Catcher in the Rye. You can either put it down or go home in a bag.
Catcher in the Rye.
Pickle or using guardrail stuff.
Just but intrusive thoughts to me is all the times when there's a certain emotion and I have a way that I want to deal with it versus the way that I have to deal with it. Otherwise, I get in trouble or I go to jail or I look like an asshole.
Well, I actually have that same issue.
I agree with you on that.
I have that, unfortunately for me, and it shocks people. This shocks people that when I'm at work, I am the most professional motherfucker on the air. Like,
there's a switch.
Yeah, when I'm talking to a group on Zoom or I've had people hear me on here curse like a sailor and tell weird stories about something I saw on the internet, and then see me in a meeting and go, "Where's that fucking guy?"
No.
that's on the shows. Because that guy's weird.
Catch me one-on-one. It's a different story.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. And my wife said something the other day. She says, the minute you put on a tie or a button-down shirt, you're 100% different person. She says, because I used to work in a field where if you didn't show up with a tie, like 400 fucking degrees outside, but I would show up in a full-on fuck you suit. I have 4 tailored suits upstairs that haven't seen the light of day in over 2 years. But I would
asked you
show
if you
up.
could send me one, but you're 4'2".
I was going to say, you might be able to fit your leg. The tie will fit you.
Only time I
got
wear suits is like at weddings and funerals, man.
Dude,
I love
a good suit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And Connor, I think you and I love a good suit for the same reason. It's like putting on a uniform again.
It feels like when I put my blues on,
Right?
when I put my dress uniform on.
Yeah,
I
put my whites on, or I put the blues. Yeah, buddy.
I'm assuming that's the formal. That's the formal suit, right?
Yeah, like if you see
in our uniforms we have a Class A, and that's my formal gear that I'll wear out in public.
Class A is fucking sailors, weirdos.
Well, that's not. I'm not in the military. That's for.
I know, but that's sailor talk. Put your Class A's on.
Fuck you!
Where are your whites and your tans?
My mom and I were on a video call today. She said, "You know, your Class A's are still hanging in my closet." I'm like, "All right." She's like, "What do you want me to do with them?" I said, "I don't know, bag them up." But it's like, I put on a suit, and I used to do timeshare, $1 million deals, and you walk in with a suit on, and my tie costs more than some people's cars, and it's a whole different feeling. And I've instantly become that guy, right? Where I'm putting on the $6,000 watch, and I'm putting,
you got the firmest fucking handshake on planet Earth. Oh yeah.
You'd think I was fucking
that cigarette's just stiff, and you're like,
yeah, buddy. No, back then when the only reason I don't sell timeshare anymore is because I fucking think timeshare is the biggest waste of money on the planet.
Yeah.
But I almost the exact opposite of the car salesman. Like, car salesman buys the cheap suit off the rack. Every one of my suits were made for me.
Yeah.
They fit almost as good as my Class A's did. And it's one of those things. It's like the professionalism just way up there. I get on here with t-shirt, shorts, and
I feel you because I put on my uniform and then I put on my belt. As soon as I start putting my equipment on, it's like it's go time. Even if it's going to be a chill day, I'm in the zone for 8 hours, and that's exhausting to be on high alert for fucking 8 hours and then it's not doing nothing. But as soon as you're done, you're like, God damn, I'm fucking tired.
Try 18.
Yeah.
Try 18.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
18, 24.
Well, I was about to say 24.
There's a lot of times I'll
36.
That one. Yeah. A lot of times I'll do 16 hours. That's just tiring.
But it wears on you. People that have never done a 36 or 24, where you're on high alert the entire time, don't get it. They're like, "What? How?
It's
why?
like your adrenaline is spiked the whole time. You're on fucking fight or flight mode the whole fucking time, and then you finally snap back, and you're like, God damn, I'm tired. I'm sore.
Everybody could do something. Everybody.
Yeah.
That's where I run into problems now. Is I still feel that way. I I don't trust anybody. And my wife's like, "Why can't you just turn it off?" Like,
dude, I got a documentary for you to watch, Connor. I think you'll shit your pants, dude.
So what I got diagnosed with, it's
in a good way.
It is the correctional form of PTSD. It's called correctional fatigue, is what they call it when it's in corrections, but it's PTSD. I can't go
just call it PTSD.
Just call it what it is. Fucking PTSD.
They call it correctional fatigue. I'm like, I'm not fatigued.
I'm wide awake, motherfucker. I just don't trust you.
I'm wide the fuck awake right now.
Back in the military, we called that a Monday.
Fucking sit there and shotgun a Red Bull at 2:00 in the morning. You've been on since 4:00 in the morning 2 days ago. And some dude walks by that you've never seen before. Hey, can I help you?
Yeah.
I'm just visiting a friend. Not here.
Yeah, well, get the fuck out. Not today.
Like, hey, can you calm down?
No. I'll calm down when my shift is over.
No, motherfucker.
When my leave gets here, I'll calm down for about 3 minutes.
I just stole an 8-ball from that soldier over there. I am.
Yeah, you know, you were talking about that vibrate thing. You know, that I'm ready.
Yeah, you're where your heart's not beating, you're just vibrating. It's constant fucking.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
ready to walk through walls, baby.
When we had that situation here on the street, and like everything, every alarm bell in my body was going off.
Yeah.
And I messaged Jeff about it because it happened on the show. I messaged Jeff and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I had an adrenaline dump after it was over, and I've been throwing up for like the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it just took everything.
Dude, I get that.
I went from being on the highest alert to it just all went away. And my wife's like, okay, we're good.
I had that today. So right before this show, about an hour before the show, I went to the store and I was like, I'm gonna pick up stuff for my dinner. And I'm walking back, and I didn't realize it, but this guy he's following me. He's driving super slow. And I was like, oh, it's about to pop off. I turned around. He's on his phone looking at his map. He was lost. But I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm lost. How do I get here? And I was like, motherfucker, you have no idea how close I was to coming through your window, because he's creeping along behind me at like half the speed of smell. And I'm like, dude, you're about to fuck with the wrong dude.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I got home and I just sat here going, and then I read Connor's text. Is like, sorry, I put 5:45 instead of 6. You motherfucker. Now I got to sit here and fucking vent by myself for an hour.
Sit here and ruminate. Dude, that's how it was last night on the fucking porch, man. Everybody that walked in my general vicinity, I was just fucking, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I know you want to. Let's do it.
So I had that experience. Maybe is similar, something similar. It was probably about 9 years ago. We lived in another house. This is the reason we moved. So we lived in a cul-de-sac, right?
I love that.
And apparently across the street. So we lived in a cul-de-sac. Across the street, an older lady had and right off the highway. An older lady had two younger guys try to break into her back door, sliding glass door, and and then trying to break in. She called the cops, so they jumped the fence, ended up in my backyard. I think I was making like steak or something. I'm in the kitchen. My wife and my daughter is watching Saturday Night Live, so it's on a Saturday. It was fucking late, and then we had our glass door open, our screen door shut. Nothing ever happens in our neighborhood, so we left it open. And the boys were in the back room. And then all of a sudden, I hear my daughter and my wife scream at the top of their lungs. What I was cutting the meat with was a red knife. Okay, so this is important to remember. It was a red knife. And then, well, I look over, and this dude's at the window, and he's masturbating. So I told my wife, my kids, go to the fucking back. I ran through the sliding glass door. I ran through it. The whole thing fell off. This kid jumped my back fence. There's nothing but new construction, and it was foggy that day. So I didn't catch him. I touched his foot, and he left the Chicago Bulls hat in my backyard. Red knife I still had in my hand. Probably, I don't know what I would have done, but kind of thankful I didn't catch the kid. I go out to the front yard to see. First, I made sure my wife and kids are good. I go out in the front yard, still got the red knife. I'm clenching the shit out of it. It's bleeding almost. It's a red knife. I go out in the front yard. The cops were across the street talking to the lady about the guys breaking into her house. I got my red knife in my hand. They turned around, looked at me, freeze, get down. I said, no, what? Whoa. It's not that.
Forget you got the knife in your hand.
And I'm bleeding. I'm like, it wasn't me. The dude was in my backyard, and I'm on the fucking ground. I'm like, Jesus.
Oh my God. Dude, if I see a dude masturbating in my window, I'm gonna walk up to him and ask him if he needs help. But pull my gun out and blow his fucking dick off.
But that night, I stayed up all fucking night, just sitting there with everything, just waiting. I was like, He's got to come back for his hat. I left his hat right there in my backyard. I was like, come back for your hat, buddy.
Sitting there with like
I
little
dare you.
candies leading up to the hat.
I was like,
Oh, look, a
"Come on,
hat.
man."
Oh, look, a hat.
He's like, please get your hat.
No, but I actually have a similar story.
touch
Like
on
before I met my wife, I was dating a Canadian woman here, and we were living in I think we were a 20-minute walk from the mall, and it was 4 apartment buildings with a center like garden park thing right in the middle, and there are only 6 apartments per building, 2 apartments per floor, and per building, 6 apartments, 3 floors, and we're on the bottom floor, and there's a guy rubbing one out in the, staring at my girlfriend at the time, who's doing dishes. Now you can only see this much of her, and she screamed. And another reason, God love that I always have my shoes on. I went chasing after this dude. It was like chasing fucking the Roadrunner, because he was gone by the time I got to the door. And I chased him, and by the time I got back, she had the cops there because they were just down the road. And they were like, what happened? Where'd he go? And I was like, I know exactly where he went, and I'm not going to tell you, because if I find him, I'm going to jail. So you guys won't find him ever. And they said, well, we're going to put a patrol out here just in case. But I stayed up the entire night. I dare him to come back. I sat there on the porch smoking cigarettes like it was my job, going, come back, fucker. I dare you. I want you to come back.
And you know what, dude? I've been in at work, been in a lot of riots, crazy situations. That my adrenaline hasn't spiked up. Something about hearing my wife and my and daughter scream like that, I hit a whole nother level, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I was straight tunnel vision. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yep.
see, that was fucking. It just felt really wild at the time, because my wife came up and nonchalant was just like, "Hey, Carson said that he thinks he heard gunshots." I was like, when? She's like less than 2 minutes ago. Pulled up the camera and I heard 3 gunshots, and I heard both of my kids, because my camera is up against the garage. I heard both of my kids in the garage. I was like, where were you when this happened? And they're like, we were in the garage getting food from the deep freeze. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking on.
Right?
I was like, it's go time. I got my fucking go bag. I've got my fucking med kit. I've got everything. And I'm just like, I'm ready. Please come through my front door.
Yes.
Because in my head, it was my kid could have got shot.
Well, that
even though like the likelihood is super low,
but possibility's still there though.
Yeah,
but
people, you can shoot through a garage door like it's fucking paper.
Connor, I don't know if it happened for you, Chaka, as much, but Connor and I have a similar background. But you ever walk around going, "I wish a motherfucker would"?
All the time.
That's a daily occurrence. Like every time I walk by, there's a couple places I have to walk by to get to the store. Then I'm like, I wish that motherfucker would come. I would just not. Oh.
Yeah.
And people, there's one house nearby where the one guy that lives there, he's always a problem. And a buddy of mine lives diagonally across the street from him. And I'll see him, and he's like, and then he'll see me just going, he's like, dude, it's not worth it. Out of nowhere. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say hi. He's like, it's not worth it. I'm like, all right, just checking. I wish he'd fucking come out and do something. I would. Oh God.
That's where I was the other day when we were at that fucking Burger King. That's also because I live in a shitty part of town. It's also in a shitty fucking neighborhood. And
somebody
I'm
needs
upset.
to hang your fucking realtor.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm quite upset about it, but I won't go there. But I was already mad, and he leans over to me and goes, "This is a bad neighborhood. Are you carrying?" I was like, "Dude, I'm always fucking carrying." Right. And then at the end of that little interaction, when I was like, "Dude, I'm on one right now. Like, I don't know what's going on. I need to calm down." That's when he was like, "Dude, you don't need to be that guy." That's like him saying, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
like you don't need to be that.
It's
I gotta give a shout out to JoVelle in here. She does an amazing karaoke show, and she
Oh,
sings amazing. Gotta give a shout out to Fan. She does an ASMR channel. She's got like almost 3 million followers or subscribers on YouTube. So shout out to her. Having them in
give
this
us a
chat.
shout out.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm one of those
No,
weird dudes who I'll listen to ASMR to fall asleep.
Oh, I do too.
It tickles that part of my brain that makes
Funny
everything
thing about
calm down.
So funny thing about ASMR Fan is, okay, so I'm in the crypto world. Ozzy Austin, he was in the crypto world. He wasn't talking about crypto at the time. So I met him and I started talking to him just through YouTube and stuff. Come to find out the ASMR Fan is his wife. My wife listened to Fan like she was a huge fan of Fan.
Oh, wow.
And so there was one day in chat where I was like, I said something to her in chat, and ASMR Fan responded back, and I told my wife, look, I'm talking to that girl that you listen to on ASMR. And my wife thought I was freaking talking to a celebrity. And I was like, hey.
That's cool as shit. Actually.
Yeah.
I actually had an experience like that happen the other day. I'm trying to set up interviews for Jeff's Garage so I can bring it back. And there's this chick I follow on Instagram. She does raps for cars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she posted a video. I'm fucking in, and she does an amazing job. She did a car for Halloween, so she could dress. So she matched her car with her Halloween costume, and I was like, "This is the coolest fucking thing ever." And I reached out to her. I was like, "Hey, I do a podcast. Would you like be on?" And she hit me back. She's like, "Send me a link. I'll check it out and see if I'm up." And she hit me back today. And she's like, "You know what? I'm in. Let's set up a date."
That's
so we're figuring out a date. And I was like, "This chick's got like 5 million followers. Like, I'm a peon. I hit the fucking lotto." Because even if she wouldn't be on the show, I'm still like, this is fucking cool. I just got Jay Leno, kind of thing, when it comes to cars. But she does amazing work.
I made Glick reach out to a guy who I found on TikTok he's an artist, he's a musician, named Jack Kays. He is, I don't know what happened. I watched like 2 of his TikToks and then I looked him up and I got into his music and I was fangirling him over him. I was like, Glick, you have to reach out to him. I don't care. I'll reach out to him. I don't give a fuck. And he hasn't responded back yet, but all I'm doing is sitting here going, "Oh, it would be so cool to have him on like fucking on Glick's House of Music." I was like, "Dude, right? I will be on that show yesterday."
That's cool.
Like how, but like Chaka and Jeff, you guys talking about essentially talking to what you see as a celebrity. I'm like, how cool would that fucking be to have somebody that you love watching their stuff and they've got X amount of followers and all this stuff and they're giving you the time of day.
So I'm sending you her Instagram.
Okay.
She's got about 45K on Instagram, but she's got a ton on YouTube and shit. And she has one of those BRZs, which is Toyota. Basically, it's kind of like the new Supra. Mm-hmm. And she wrapped it pink and she went as Barbie for Halloween.
Oh wow!
And it looks cool as shit. It also doesn't hurt that she's like a looker boy.
What's she looker like?
I just sent you her profile. Take a look, buddy. You're gonna shit. Like
I had another experience.
He was gonna come on your show until you said that. She's watching right now.
Yeah, I know. She's like, fuck that guy. I don't care. I got to talk to her. No, but like. I definitely want to have the debate with her about rapping versus paint, because for the longest time I was like, yeah, rap, that's kind of the poor man's paint. But rap has come so far when it comes to
rap can be temporary.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
It is way easier to change a rap than it is to change a paint.
Agreed.
But oh shit.
We got Lucy. Hello, Lucy. How you doing?
Yeah.
I had a similar experience with through crypto. I created something on my own project and everything. So we were sponsoring. I actually had the opportunity to sponsor a professional boxer. His name is Guillermo Gutierrez. Like a literally professional boxer. It was first time I ever did this. It was the coolest freaking thing ever. And then I was like, hey, dude, you want to jump on my channel and maybe I can interview you after and before and after the fight? Yeah, no problem. Dude, I interviewed a professional boxer on my channel. It was the coolest freaking interview I think I've ever done. It was awesome.
Yeah, you want to talk about boosted ego? Let me tell you.
Maybe
like,
that's why
I'm talking to a celebrity.
Yeah.
You get so many fucking.
And it won me some points too, because it was right when my son started wanting to get into fighting. So I was like, yeah, well, you know,
right.
I just interviewed a professional boxer who was fighting for the Intercontinental Championship belt.
Right. No, it's one of those things. It's like, and then of course, you know, I talked to a guy about being on interview. He does. They make a machine. It's a tool that you can use, and I've been interested in this brand for like 10 years, and they hit me back like 2 days after I messaged them, and they're going to be on the 28th. They own a company called Arctic Blast. It uses dry ice to clean the under, like as opposed to sandblasting.
Oh
my God, dude! I was like, they're out of Australia. Really cool concept. So I'm looking forward to that on the 28th.
When you said Arctic Blast, it reminded me right now of a drink that my wife just bought. You know the Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
Yes.
They have it's a alcoholic version. It has alcohol. The Baja.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
She just bought me like a 32 ounce. It's in the fridge. I forgot about that.
That's why when you're done, it goes Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
Arctic blasting is
on down
the
to Taco
company.
Bell and get a Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
Wilma, what's going on? Wilma, appreciate you showing up. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys. You guys are all fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
but
this conversation has gone off the rails, and we're
it has
people interacting, and I love it.
And then over
But
here on
it's
Twitter, we got 18 rocking with us. You guys are all awesome over here on X. If you want to join the conversation, come over to YouTube and hit the link and jump up on my stage.
yeah. Let me drop that again just in case.
Smash that link.
Oh, I gotta copy it again because it's playing with other stuff. No, but it's like that. You want to talk about getting yourself out of intrusive thoughts when you get a message like that from, just to kind of bring it back around. See what I'm doing here.
Mm-hmm. Full circle.
When you
Just
get
feedback.
see, a little round of applause.
You're such an idiot.
But you get a message like that from somebody that you've followed for years.
Yeah.
Where they're willing to jump up on the show, and you know they don't know you from fucking Adam or a hole in the wall, but they're like, yeah, I'll give you a shot to, let's have a conversation about what I do. So the only way to say it is the ego boost is like, once again, it's taking that weight of the world off your shoulders, even if it is for just that few minutes.
Another cool thing is when you're in the chat in these YouTube chats, like for me, when I first started joining chats on different YouTubers, the really big ones that end up becoming celebrities in your mind, because you watch them every day. They got millions and millions of followers.
Kind of like us.
Yeah, like you guys.
We got like 50 followers.
Yeah,
close enough.
Type something in the chat and then they respond. It was like, oh shit, they fucking
right?
said hey. They said hi.
Oh, you know what?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, okay. Real kind of a cheap one for me is Leggy. Leggy will go live on TikTok. And if I put something in her chat, I'm like, hey, Leggy. And she's like, hi, Jeff. And I'm like, oh, she called me out. And she's got like 80 people watching. They're all commenting. She said my name. Fuck you all. I'm more important.
My wife does that she's always on TikTok. So she watches it live and she says hi. And I hear the person say, hey, and then says my wife's name. My wife flips out, dude. It's funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through the comments now and shout everybody out. What's up, that guy? Karina, Joy, MK, Junior.
Don't even start about being a fangirl, Mr. Oh my God, Black Hot Mojo's coming on the show.
Jesus Christ.
You want to talk about somebody that's going to fangirl out? When we got Black
You're
Dot
talking about
Mojo to
me?
come up. No, Glick, he put in the comments.
I was gonna say.
Or did
Wait,
you
what?
did you do that?
I didn't do anything.
No, that was Glick. He was talking about us
Oh,
being fangirls,
no,
fangirling out.
Lick, you're dumb.
When we got
You guys just got glicked.
yeah, fuck it.
That makes me uncomfortable. Can I press
but-
charges for that?
Ew. I feel dirty.
You guys just
I feel
got
dirty now.
You need to make some kind of graphic every time Glick
I'll work
posts.
on that.
Quit glicking me. I don't like it.
Actually, I have one. I have one for that. I actually made it today.
Stop. Don't click me there. That is. Man.
Yeah, I don't know. Barney Fife action came up.
25. That's the score.
Yeah. No, but it's like talking about fangirling out. When we got Black Dot Mojo to come up on the show, the first thing I told Glick, I was like, dude, you're gonna fangirl the fuck out. And he did, but not in a crazy way, because we were all over. Like when we first started the show, we were all in on Black Dot Mojo. We still love them as a band. And then Glick got to go to one of the shows. On Saturday, Blaze did the break. And he's like, oh, that wasn't the greatest video. I said, that's because Glick shot that video. He set up his phone while he's sitting there and did everything he could in his power not to sing along.
Oh, that video.
Because he knew it would be, yeah.
I remember that video. So that was
Glick was at that
Glick.
concert. It was like at a bar. It was close by. It was like only an hour away. And I think it was even before Glick was with Nikki officially. And yeah, see?
Let's make this a Glick stream. Let's talk about everything we know about Glick.
Oh, I could go for days.
Let's tell Glick stories. I don't have any, but let's tell.
Maniac, but he's actually doing it because he's self-conscious.
This one time, Glick did this, and he touched me. And I'll show you on the doll where he touched me.
Let's do best of Glick, a best of Glick YouTube stream.
Oh, let's not say we did. Pretend we had fun. But it's one of those things. It's like, and I saw Connor had the daughter handed to him.
No, she's breaking out into hives, and we don't know why.
Oh, that's not good. That's no bueno, dude.
Allergic to any cats or anything?
I don't know. I'm gonna go give my daughter a bath here in a minute and see
Understood.
if she's. But I'll end this show out unless you. How much longer you want to be up here, Jeff?
Not much. I'm pretty much done for the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah,
I mean, or unless Chalky, you want to do like an after show, we can hang out for a little bit.
Yeah. Let me see what I got going on. I know the wife's cooking in there. Let me see.
Well, that's the only thing is like I kind of need to eat.
Let me close this up.
Throw it away. It's clearly defective. Yeah, there you go. That's what you do with your daughter. Throw her away. Get a new one.
Well, no, because I'm fixed. I can't.
Kind of fond of her at this point.
I can't get a new one unless I steal it, and I don't have the money to adopt one. So like,
that's expensive.
I know, right? It's like tens of thousands of dollars to adopt a kid. Fucking wild. But,
dude, I've been drinking so much off screen. It's it's hard to hide it. Do you guys want drinking on your Monday streams?
I don't give a rat's rear end
Good.
what you do.
Because I've been like,
dude, I drink on Monday nights all the time.
That's how Connor shows up. Connor
Yeah.
shows up after 3 deep, just in case.
and then on the break, I was like chugging beers. I chugged one of these, and I had a bunch of. I was like, I can't drink.
It's like I got to do it off stream that way I don't offend them.
Glick, if you're still in here, do you have somebody set up for tomorrow?
That's what he said. I thought.
That's what I was checking. I was going to do it in an announcement. So, since we have all these people listening,
Yeah,
tomorrow is
there are a lot of people listening here. Tell you what.
well. Actually,
if you're into ASMR, apparently there's a really popular ASMR girl who's listening to our podcast. ASMR fan, go check her out. Hopefully she shouts us out.
Go check her out. She's awesome.
I'm just saying.
She's awesome.
Give a little, get a little. But anyway, I'm actually gonna check her out. But I think that we're gonna end this stream. I've got some stuff to take care of, and we're kind of going off topic here a little bit. Jeff may have an announcement. Is what
Luke Angel There it is. Luke Angel is joining Glick tomorrow at Glick's House of Music. I'm just waiting for something to process because we are going to do a little shout out to the network. It's just taking. So bear with me for 1 minute, 6 seconds.
If your week feels dull, you're probably not tuning into the Nonsensical Network. Let's spice things up. Buckle up, because on Mondays, we kick off with Chris's Speedway stories and cold-blooded conversations. Fast cars and chilling tales, what's not to love? Next up, Lieutenant Dan, Connor that is, brings you Men Caring for Men. Yes, even tough guys need a little TLC. Tuesdays, we've got Glick, our Sasquatch's second cousin, rocking Glick's House of Music. Tune in for some legendary jams. Wednesdays, Glick teams up with Jeff for WTF News. If it's weird, wild, or just plain wacky, they're on it. Thursdays, it's all about Jeff's garage. Think of it as a man cave with a microphone. Fridays, our resident stoner Blaze joins Jeff for Nonsense and Chill. Grab your snacks, it's movie night. Saturdays start with Cash's and Cash's Corner, where Mini Glick talks wrestling. Then it's the Open Door Challenge on Nonsensical Nonsense with Glick and Jeff. Expect the unexpected. Finally, wrap up your week with unnecessary roughness on Sundays. Glick and the boys break down all things football. So, tune in and join the madness. The Nonsensical Network, where chaos meets comedy.
There it is. That way I don't have to say it all the time.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, don't forget Luke Angel on Glick's House Music starting at 7 Eastern. See how I did that, Connor? Eastern time. Frick. This motherfucker. I'll set up the studio at 5:45. I look, it's 5:49, and I'm like, oh, give me 3 minutes. I'll be right there. I go to turn it on. Where's the fucking studio? Oh,
you know what's funny? Real quick, you know what's cool is my wife watches your guys' stream because I was out getting beer, and she called me. Hey, that stream's on. She goes, I thought it started at 5. I go, fuck. That's why I was late. I told you I'll be on in 5 minutes. she called me and told me. Sorry,
Glick said 8 p.m. There you go. So 8 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. You'll have Luke Angel. Glick's going to interview him on a House of Music. So be sure to tune in for that. And tell him Connor sent you because, just because I did the announcement doesn't mean anything. Why not? That way he yells at you, not me. Fuck. It's called passing the buck, buddy. I'm good at it.
Yeah. Hey, look, a bus.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Connor, look. Go catch it.
Hey, look, a free pair of legs.
I'm going to get a van.
Almost lost my beer.
We were talking about it on Saturday. Like, I'm going to get enough money to fly everybody out to Cancun. And I'm going to get a van to pick each one of you up, and yours is going to say free legs on the side. Just a panel van that says free legs.
You got to make sure it's
Brian's is going to say free barbecue,
I'm
free smoker.
If we do that, I'm going to show up with an electric wheelchair just to keep going.
Oh, dude, I'm going to have somebody meet you at the gate with one of those fucking wheelchairs so you don't have to walk.
So I'm going to have the fucking hover around and everything. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
YZF powered scooter.
Thank you for coming up here and listening to us yapper on about random stuff tonight. We started with a good plan, and per usual, it kind of went off the rails. But that is standard for a show on the Nonsensical Network. If you get a chance, click that bio.link/Nonsensical Network and go check us out. Give us a like, give us a follow. If you would, share us out. Tell your friends about us. We do our best. We're not perfect though. So we're gonna end this out. Chaka, do you have any final words for all the people?
I have nothing. I appreciate all the support. Everybody on X, everybody on YouTube coming in and checking out Nonsensical Network every Monday. Come check us out. I appreciate you guys. You guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Jeffy?
It's not worth it. Just remember, it's not worth it. Jail time is a long time, and then you got to stare at Chaka's face all day.
Yeah, and then you got to stare at me.
Or you got to move to fucking Cancun.
And I'm not going to treat you nice.
And I only have so much room in my house. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you so much for coming in here. If you came from Chaka's neck of the woods, we appreciate you taking some time to give us some love, show us some love, and be over here. Feel free to share us out. I don't have any good final words of wisdom other than you don't have to be that guy or gal. You don't have to be that. So just try and soften up a little bit. let yourself take some heat and just leave people be.
Breathe.
That's it for us here at the Nonsensical Network and Chaka. Y'all have a great rest of your night, and we will see you next week or tomorrow if you're going to Glick's House of Music.
Yep.
I know they don't want me to make it, they don't want me. Hell-raised little boy brought up Carolina making noise. Everybody stomping around, hallelujah, jump for joy. This is just the southern way. Mason shine jars filled up with that southern grape. Oh, I've been down this road before. Oh, I don't know which way to go. Don't get confused, little boy, they'll use you up. This thing they callin' love, they'll misplace your trust. Long dirt roads and I can't find my way home. Cold blood lies and lonely stone the nights with your wheels in the moon. So grab your biz and come on. It's that campfire cologne. I know they don't want me to make it, they don't want me. They don't want me. They don't want me to make it, they don't want me to make it. I know they don't want me to make it, they don't want me. They don't want me. They don't want me to make it, they don't want me to make it. Don't get confused, little boy, they'll use you up. This thing they callin' love, they'll misplace your trust. Long dirt roads and I can't find my way home. Cold blood lies and lonely stone the nights with your wheels in the moon. So grab your biz and come on. It's that campfire cologne. So grab your biz and come on. It's that campfire cologne. Hell-raised little boy rolled up Carolina making noise.